guys have cleared the selection process, I expect you guys have some basic understanding of cybersecurity, right? So let me know how many of you are totally fresher and how many of you are, I mean, you have some experience in cybersecurity. Please let me know in the chat section. All right. So as I can see, most of you are freshers. All right. That's totally fine. No need to worry about that. Okay. So, okay. All right. That's great, guys. Thank you for the responses. Okay, so as you guys have cleared the selection process, so I expect you still have had some better knowledge than the other students or the other candidates who had also applied. So we have decided to provide you guys with the tools and resources which will help you to excel in your career. Okay, so by the end of this internship, you guys will be industry ready professionals and be equipped with expertise, confidence, and necessary frameworks that you will need to succeed in today's cybersecurity scenario. Okay, so let's have a little chat about vulnerability assessment. For example, what is vulnerability assessment? Okay. So it is a process that involves identifying, quantifying, and prioritizing vulnerabilities in a system, network, or application. Okay, so the goal of vulnerability assessment is to evaluate, okay, the posture, security posture of an organization. And by that, we try to find the potential risks associated with the target, allowing the organization for who has hired us, okay, to proactively address and mitigate those potential weaknesses before they could be exploited by some malicious actors. All right, that's the basic understanding of vulnerability assessment. We will be getting into the deep and core concepts of penetration testing in the later sessions. There is no need to worry about that. This is just an induction program. Okay, so we will going through over all those basic concepts. All right, so now you guys have enrolled for a penetration testing internship, right? So which is one of the most prevalent and prominent concepts or area of cybersecurity. Okay, and our internship is also primarily focused in penetration testing. Okay, all right, guys. So enough with the chit chats. Let's get to the point. Okay, so what is penetration testing? Anybody? Can you tell me what's penetration testing? Yeah, guys, you can use the chat section. Finding bugs in a system, part of the system testing, exploiting the vulnerabilities in a system. In business testing, we legally hack the data and report it. Okay. Finding bugs in sites application to find vulnerabilities in an application server or network. All right, guys. All right. So, all right, you guys have some basic understanding. Okay. All right, guys. So, what is penetration testing? Okay, it is often referred to as pen testing or ethical hacking. Okay, it is a proactive and authorized security assessment. Okay, we need to mention the term authorized. Okay, authorized security assessment that simulates a real world cybersecurity attack on a system, network, application, or organization, or whatever the infrastructure might be. Okay, so it's a simulation that we perform on an infrastructure to prove to the organization or to show them that there are potential endpoints through which their data could be breached. Okay, so the primary objective of penetration testing is to identify and exploit vulnerabilities in a controlled and supervised environment. Okay, to assess the overall security posture of the target. All right. So as we have heard, as we are from cybersecurity, we all have heard that 3.5 million cybersecurity jobs are vacant, looking for professionals and skilled individuals. But have you guys have ever thought why is there a lack of cybersecurity professionals? What is the main problem? Why are jobs vacant? That's because we might have adequate computer science students, but this is a very specific skill and we need specifically skilled individuals for this. Okay, so through this program, we shall get into know about more cybersecurity and penetration testing, in which we will be seeing that how things actually work in the industry. Okay, so now we all know how important the reputation of a company is. Okay, so in case of a data breach, the first thing that is affected is their reputation. Okay, and we can't let that happen. A company cannot afford that. Okay, as company survives on the basis of its reputation. So as pen testers, it's our role to help our company or our employer to protect that reputation from being harmed. Okay, so there are multiple phases of a penetration test. Okay, you guys have some knowledge, as you guys mentioned in the chat box. You guys have some knowledge about penetration testing and cybersecurity. So you guys are familiar with the steps, right? Reconnaissance, scanning, vulnerability assessment, exploitation, and reporting. Okay, so we will discuss a little bit on each of these steps, a very little. Okay, because there will be dedicated sessions for all these topics. Okay, so let's start with reconnaissance. So can you guys tell me, can any one of you tell me what is reconnaissance in the chat section? Gathering information. Okay. Footprint, finding information from legitimate sources, gathering info about targets, information gathering, finding open ports, collecting information, services, finding the information about the target, selecting the target and information gathering, etc., etc. All right. So all the points you guys have mentioned are all a part of reconnaissance. Okay, these all come under reconnaissance. So before we go into what are the phases and types of reconnaissance, we need to know what reconnaissance actually is. Okay, so reconnaissance is to collect as much relevant information as possible to identify potential entry points, vulnerabilities, and area of focus for the subsequent phases of the penetration test. Okay, so this, I would say that this is one of the most important phases of penetration test, because here we will be gathering as much as information we are getting from the open source and somewhat proactively connecting with the host or not, that we will come later. So with this we gather information for the later steps. Okay, so the two basic types of reconnaissance are passive reconnaissance and active reconnaissance. Okay, so for passive reconnaissance, this involves collecting information without directly interacting with the target. Okay, here we won't be directly interacting with the target. There will be no connection, no ping, no nmap scans, nothing. For passive reconnaissance, here we will search online sources. Okay, analyze publicly available information, like we will go to LinkedIn, we will go to GitHub and other pages that might have some important or valuable information about our target. Okay, so passive reconnaissance aims to gather information discreetly to avoid alerting the target to the testing activities. So through passive reconnaissance, we try that instead of alerting our target, we will try to gather as much information as possible. All right, that's clear. Next is active reconnaissance. In this phase of penetration test, the pen testers directly interact with the target to gather information. Okay, this can include network targeting, network scanning, probing for open ports, and identifying live hosts like nmap scan, as I mentioned earlier. Active reconnaissance is more intrusive and may be more likely to be detected by the security measures in place. Okay, so if your company or our company has the monitoring going on and our blue teams are proactively working, now as a pen tester, if I try to scan the target, scan our company website or application or the network, the blue teams will get the alert. Okay. So while doing active reconnaissance, pen testers usually don't care about getting alerted. Okay. So the basic difference between passive and active reconnaissance will be that one involves interaction with the target and the other one doesn't. All right. So one of the phases of reconnaissance would be footprinting, as one of you or few of you guys have mentioned. Footprinting is gathering information about the target organization, such as domain names, IP address, network infrastructure, DNS resolution, reverse DNS, and information about publicly available information about employees and the key personnels. Okay. Then for the second step, we are going towards scanning. Okay. So scanning is like, I would say, from a pen testing context of pen testing, scanning refers to the process of actively probing a target system or network to identify the live hosts. How many of these IP addresses, suppose we are getting a IP range and we will try to scan the network. So first we will try with probing the live hosts. How many of these hosts are alive? How many of them are responding to our ping scan? Okay. Then we will try to find the open ports through Nmap or Rust scan or Angry IP scan, etc. And with other kind of scanning tools, we will try to find the services that may be running. Okay. So there are multiple types of scanning, like network scanning, port scanning, service version detection. Okay. All right. So here goes the scanning part. Next, we are coming is vulnerability assessment, which we talked about little in the earlier. So vulnerability assessment is a process that involves identifying, quantifying, prioritizing vulnerability in a system, network, or application. I mentioned that earlier. Okay, so guys, I know that you will prefer more practical overview on those topics. We will be doing that. No need to worry. This is just an induction session. Okay, so we will just going through over all of these topics a little bit. Okay, no need to worry. Okay. So the next step is exploitation. Exploitation in the context of penetration testing refers to the phases where security professionals attempt to take advantage of identified vulnerabilities in a target system, network, or application. The goal is to simulate a real-world attack scenario and demonstrate the potential impact of those vulnerabilities. Okay, so this is the phase where real hacking is happening. Okay, and this is the phase, definitely we are Mr. Robot fanboys, so we are really excited about hacking, how we will perform hacking, how we will breach the system and get the shell, interpret a shell, etc. So that is done in exploitation. Okay, so not just hacking into the system, there are multiple steps in exploitation as well. So the first one is vulnerability identification. So as I mentioned in the previous step, that vulnerability assessment. So through this step, we will get an overview of what are the vulnerabilities, which of the services are vulnerable potentially, and what are the potential endpoints we might get. Okay, then we have to select the exploits. Penetration testers use various tools and techniques to exploit the identified vulnerabilities. Okay, so we might write our own custom scripts. We might use some predefined tools or scripts. Okay, so in exploitation only, we have got privilege escalation also. A lot of you might have heard that, but I will explain it again. Privilege escalation is the process in which after we exploit the system, if we are a low-level user, we will try to gain a higher privilege in that system. Like if we are a lower level user, we will try to get admin or sudo permissions. Okay, that's the basic gist of privilege escalation. Okay, so the next step in exploitation is maintaining access. In some cases, the exploitation phases include efforts to maintain persistent access. Okay, that is actually done by the red team. Okay, so maintaining access, by maintaining access, we try to keep a persistent access, like with the help of a backdoor. We keep that in the system that we exploited. Okay, so that we can or we could exploit it or access it in a later time. Okay, after that there is a post exploitation, Okay, may explore the target's environment and further to access the extent of the compromises and what are the impact of that, and we will try to change those vulnerabilities and potentially try to increase the impact so that we can pitch it to our employer that these are serious vulnerabilities, critical or high level bugs, whatever. Okay, so last step is reporting. Okay, so I would say whatever you do in the last four phases, reporting would be the most important, because you being a hacker or penetration tester, you might know multiple things. You might have known how you got the shell, or you might know how exciting these things are, but we also need to explain those things to the non-technical people as well. Okay, we might be tech savvy people, but the people or our employers, those who are standing against us, they might not be tech savvy. Okay, for them reporting is very crucial. Okay, so a report usually consists of multiple things like executive summary, scope, methodology, vulnerability identifications, exploitation, results, recommendation, mitigation strategies, okay, technical details and all those things. Okay, so these are the 5 phases of penetration test, and we will be covering all of those in the upcoming 3 months. Okay, so now let's see what are our plans for the next 13 weeks or 3 months. So these are the 13 topics that we will be covering. Okay, we will be conducting session on each topic dedicatedly, and we will provide some task and assignment for you guys. Okay, and one more thing I would like to say is that you have to do a lot of self study, or else you won't be able to cut it. You have to do a lot of research by yourself. These topics are really heavy and it takes time and persistent learning. Okay, in which you have to proactively participate, because through the assignments you will be evaluated, and for further doubts you can contact us on WhatsApp. Okay, so I am open for questions now. You guys might share your question in the chat section. Okay. So if you guys have any question, you can say it now, or I have collected some of the questions earlier. I will be going to that. Anybody? Will we have the chance to work on a real target during the internship? Yeah, that you will be working on the final project. Okay, we will give you some targets on which you have to prepare a pen testing report and you have to perform active pen testing on that. Sir, will we have a meeting every day? I'll come back to it in the later. Okay, don't worry. What kind of task or assignment will be given? That also we will clear later. Self-prepared research for other topics, are they compiled from other resources? See, we will prepare some of our self-prepared resources and we will also compile it with other resources, and we will try to give our best and best amount of resources so that it would be easier for you to get a better understanding. Okay, guys? Okay, so any more questions, guys? All right, so how much degree is required to get cybersecurity, first cybersecurity job? See, you don't need a degree necessarily to get into cybersecurity, but I would definitely say you will need certifications and experience, relevant experience to get into cybersecurity. Okay, it's a real-time project we are going to work on. That we will let you know later. Internship regular timing. Yes, I will tell you about the timing. Don't worry. Internship will be task based or time based. It will be task based. Okay. So the timing of the internship is late night, I suppose. Yes, it will generally be taking place at 9 or 8 or 9 p.m. First of all, thanks for giving such a great opportunity. My question is that we have to exercise pen testing on vulnerable machines or CTF, or we will explore the real world. You will be given task on based on CTFs as well. Okay. How will those who excel in training have opportunity to work in hackers for you? That I don't know, guys. If you perform very, I would say, what should I say? If you guys perform very nicely and have a great track record, then I think you might get some opportunity, or our team will contact you. Is there a CTF challenge? Yes, there are CTF challenges. Time period is weekend. I will tell you about the time period later. I will ask you for a proper roadmap, as I have done some CTFs but still consider myself beginner. See, Nilesh, we all are beginners. Okay, so yeah, we will definitely provide you with a proper roadmap. Don't need to worry about that. And I can assure you that after these 3 months, you will have some confidence on yourself. Okay, don't worry. Any free labs for practice CH practical? Not that I know of for now. Can you recommend any automation tool for web testing? We will be coming to web testing in a later period. So there is no need to rush. Okay. API testing, we don't have that in our syllabus. Okay,
Nilavra, may I interrupt? Hello.
okay, go
Rudra
on.
this side.
Go on.
Yeah. So, who was asking about CS practical, right? Someone was asking. Intern.
Okay.
So, coming to CH practical, see, there is no resource in the internet like you are getting like directly a CH practical. Okay. So, whatever your hackers for you will provide you like that, you can get some boxes, top boxes, and your basic fundamentals and what we say the basic we can say basic steps will be very much clear, so that you can solve any of the boxes. Because box solving is we can say can be solved better by a person who has very good knowledge in a logic, how the boxes are going on or what are the attacks basic logic. So like that, if your logic is very good, then you can solve any of the boxes. So we can do that for you.
All right, guys. So what Rudra had said is you guys need to practice yourself. What we will do is we will give you some roadmaps and techniques, and we will show you how to perform things so that you can further better it by yourself. Okay. So I guess you guys are enough with your questions. Now I will come to the questions that I have earlier collected. So one of you has asked about the working hour and the task. Guys, this is a task oriented program, and you will be provided task with a specific deadline. Okay. And you have to submit that before the deadline positively. Okay. Now for the WhatsApp group issue, everything will be provided in your respective groups. If you go through the group description, there you will find everything. Okay, there you will find two links. Okay, so let me show you. So one of the link here, when you open, is about a raising ticket. Okay. So the first link is about raising a ticket. If you have any doubt, so you make sure that you reach out to us through this link. Okay, be very specific about your doubts, and within 24 hours, our team will contact you. Okay, so coming to another link that will open a spreadsheet, as you can see here. So the first one contains the calendar for the next 3 months. With this, you will be able to keep an eye on what sessions, plannings, and your daily assessments. Here you will get the links of all the sessions, and as you can see, the doubt sessions are mentioned here. Okay, and I would like to add that every week you will get at least one session on the relevant topics, all the 13 topics that I mentioned there earlier, and two doubt clearing sessions per week. Okay, now the number of the sessions might vary, but at least one. Okay, and remember to keep your doubts noted. You will get the opportunity to clear those doubts in your doubt clearing session. Okay, and about the sessions that the classes I've been talking about, so we guys will inform you 24 hours earlier. Okay, so always keep an eye on the Excel sheet. Okay, Now if you come to the next sheet, it will show you the assignment and the tasks that you will be given each day. Okay, so with the specific deadline and submission link and resources, there will be a link provided here for submission. You have to submit it through this link. The deadline is also provided. We will also provide the resources and the task. Just you need to practice it. If you can't hack it or if you can't do it, make sure you raise a ticket in this link and you submit your doubt. Okay, on the next sheet, there is the intern ID and the names. You guys will be assigned that in the next 12 hours. For that, you have been provided a link in WhatsApp group. Okay, so with the link, you have to provide your details properly. To avoid any kind of discrepancies, we need your details like name, registration, mail ID, WhatsApp number, etc. Okay. So please be very careful while filling this form, because any kind of misinformation might cause termination. This form, okay, this is the WhatsApp. You will need to provide your WhatsApp number and a signed offer letter. Upload your offer letter over here. Okay, you have got the registered mail ID that you have registered this internship with. Okay. So as for doubts I have mentioned, you can go through this link and provide us and submit your doubts. We will get back to you in less than 24 hours. Okay, our team will contact you. Okay, guys. All right, so this is it for today's session. If you have any further doubts, you can address it through the link, this link. Okay, so thank you so much. And this is our contact link, contact information here. And you might also get a go and follow us on our LinkedIn page. This is our LinkedIn page. Okay, I will provide the link in group. All right, guys. So thank you so much. Have a great day. Okay. You need contact information. Here it is.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Yes, yes. Go on.
Excuse me.
Sir, how to raise ticket?
Sorry.
Sir, if any confusion, we need to raise a ticket, but how to raise a ticket? We got a link,
Okay.
then I click that link, but
Okay.
how to confirm uh, our ticket is raised or not?
No, see, your all of your tickets, if you raise that, if you submit that properly, we will definitely know about that and we will address it. Okay, there is no need to worry about that.
Okay,
Our
sir.
team will contact you within less than 24 hours. Okay, there is nothing to
Okay,
worry
sir.
about. Just make sure that you submit it through proper channels. Okay, through this link. Okay, all right.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
Sir,
okay, go
the
on.
form which you were talking about, we have already got this form yesterday and we filled it. Should we
This
fill
one,
it
right?
again?
No, there is no need to fill it again. If you have filled it, very well done. Okay, it's for those who haven't filled it yet. Okay, so if you have your contacts, those who haven't filled it yet, please make sure they fill it within 12 hours. Okay, because after that we will be shortlisting and seeing how many of you have provided relevant information with our database. We will match it and only those will be kept in the group. Okay, if we find someone who hasn't provided their information or someone who has just joined the group, okay, they will be removed immediately. Okay, so keep that in mind. Make sure you positively fill this form, those who haven't filled it yet. Okay, so make sure you fill this form by within 12 hours. Okay, and I would suggest do it right now. Okay, after this meeting ends, do it right now. All right, guys, it's
I want
okay
to
if you
ask
filled it
something.
twice.
Uh,
Yeah,
I want to
Aniket.
ask something.
Okay, go on.
What is the intern ID?
Yeah, you will get that later. Okay, you will get that. No need to worry about that. First, we get all of your data. Okay, all of you fill up this form, then you will get your intern ID here. Okay,
Okay, okay.
okay. So, any more doubts, guys?
Hello, sir. I have a question. I have a
Yeah, go
question.
on, go on.
So my question is that if we were not able to submit the reports on time in the report that the submission time for the next task is I think 11th or 12th. But if we were not able to submit on that time, can we submit after that time, or it will the link will be expired?
See that if you have valid reasons if that you could not submit in time in the proper deadline,
Also,
then
net
you can
problem.
contact our team. Okay, if you couldn't, if you had proper reasons for not submitting, not being able to submit. Hello, am I audible, guys?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
Audible.
so if you can give proper reasons for not being able to submit in time, then contact our team. We might consider it that, but if not, then we won't entertain any late submissions. Okay, guys. So the submission link will be active for that specific deadline only. Okay, and make sure you submit all your assignments because you will be evaluated through that, and only those will get the internship certificate, those who have done all the assignments. Okay, you have to complete all the assignments, you have to attend all the sessions, then only you will get the internship certificate. All right, am I clear, guys?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome, buddy. Any more questions?
Sir, what if I filled the form twice?
No worries, no worries, you filled it twice, but it will be submitted only once. Okay, there is no need to worry.
Sir, thank you.
Any more question, guys? Will there be completion certificate at the end? Yes, of course. After you successfully do all the tasks and attend all the sessions, after that you have to prepare your report. And if you do that all of these criteria successfully, you will get the completion certificate. Will we have daily meetings? No, not daily, but make sure there will be 3 sessions at least, 2 doubt clearing session and 1 topic related explanation sessions. Okay, when we will get our first assignment? Your first assignment, let me see. You will get that in, I guess, today or tomorrow. You will get your first assignment. What if we could not solve one of the tasks? If you could not solve it, you can raise a doubt about it. Okay, and in the doubt clearing section you will be able to clear that, but try the most, try at best to solving. Task will be daily based. I will let you know that. Okay, everything will be provided in the group regarding the task. Will there be completion certificate at the end? Yes, buddy, of course there will be. You have to fulfill all the criterias before that. All right, any more questions?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys. So if you are done with your questions, then you may leave the meeting now. Thank you so much again, and congratulations again on making it this far. And I would like to welcome you to Hackers for You, and hope you will give your dedication and time towards this internship. All right. Thank you, guys.